Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day so far. It's Monday morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. My name is Crystal. I live in Rochester Medway, which is a historic place. We've got a lovely cathedral and castle, and there's some nice gardens in England, flowers and rural areas in the nice parts. So today I've got up just after 8 o'clock. I didn't have a brilliant night's sleep, but it was okay. I got some sleep. I found it a bit chilly at night, but it was warm when I got up, and the sun is shining this morning. So I think we're going to have another warmish day. Whether it's windy or not, I don't know. But yeah, it's been quite nice in Rochester for nearly a month now. Sunshine, and it's nice for people to go out in. Normally April is full of rain, April showers, but the weather's all fucked up, isn't it? It is. We're not getting the right seasons. We had no snow this year, did we? Not really any really bad cold weather or anything. We're just getting this warm sunshine all, well, is it going to be all year through? Is it global warming? Is it the real sun's heat? I don't know. But at least when it's warm and like that, you can go out, can't you? The bad weather isn't spoiling everything for the holidays, so that's cool. Yeah, I got up, not feeling as good as I did yesterday. I try and be happy. I try and, put a smile on people's faces, but no, it don't work. It won't work. They want me to be miserable and unhappy. So yesterday afternoon I was singing, like karaoke in my flat, and I was enjoying myself, but the atmosphere outside was, so it put me off. I'm really trying, but I can't break through, not right now. This place is just gone too far, I think. And I don't know if that's the way everybody feels all the way around the world, miserable because of the cost of living or whatnot, but there's not a nice atmosphere outside, I don't think, anywhere anymore. People are frightened as well. They're going to get their phones snatched and pushed out the way and shoved. It's just not a nice atmosphere outside. I don't know if that's across the board everywhere, but for me it is. Yesterday I spent at home. I took Max out 3 times. I'm keeping doing that because those 2 social workers that came out that said, oh, at least you walk the dog. You take the dog out. They asked me if anyone came in my flat. They don't. And I've stuck to that. No one's come in the flat since they've been in. I don't encourage that sort of behaviour. I've had it from workers in the past saying to me, oh, if you go to that place, make sure you don't bring any drug addicts back. They'll take all your money and take over your flat. And I never went in there. So yesterday is going to be pretty much the same as today, except it's a Monday. I spent most of the day indoors yesterday. I managed to get some washing done. I managed to wash up. I managed to keep myself going. My mental health, I'd taken a bashing because of various reasons. And they won't stop doing it, trying to control me, making me feel bad about myself, just being horrible. And that dog made me jump out of my skin yesterday morning. That didn't help. They just want to play games with you. That's what gang stalkers do, play games until they've got rid of you. And I do want to move. I wanted to move before those two next door started playing games. I wanted to move about a month after I'd moved in. So it's not them moving me out of my flat. No, it isn't. It's me. I've been trying to, you can ask my son. I've been trying to move out since I moved in. There was a dog on the next door balcony when I moved in. A black dog. There was a black dog on the balcony. Then they got rid of the dog and I said, where's the dog? Oh, we couldn't look after it. Because I think they both had jobs. And now they've got another dog. It's a dachshund, you see. So there was a dog on the balcony when I came to view this property with my son. There was a dog on the balcony and it was them next door. They were already moved in before me. So maybe they even staged these things. They probably thought I wouldn't take the property, but I did because I was desperate to get out of the other place because it had a mice and rat problem. And they were leaving poisonous pellets outside my door. That's what finally pushed me out of there. They was leaving poison. I have cats. And they were leaving poison pellets out for the mice. And it's illegal. But we're not living in the real world. And they don't obey the law. They don't do as they're told. They do illegal things and get away with it. And that's what I'm dealing with. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have cracks in this property. There's cracks appearing down the walls. Big cracks. And there's chunks of the brickwork coming out. It's not brickwork. I don't know what it is. Plaster coming out the walls. Now the cleaners have a duty to report that to the housing, but no one's like repaired the plaster. I can see this place like cracking, having massive cracks down it in a couple of years' time. Massive faults in the design of the building, massive. And that smell last night, I went outside to walk my dog at between 6 and 7 and she'd cooked a meal and the vegetable smell permeating down the corridor and it went down stairs. So it's their cooking that's making that smell. It's the cooking next door. It's going downstairs into the communal area by the lift because they're on the end. That family's on the end. And the heavy cooking, it stinks. Stinks of soiled underpants. It's vegetables. Vegetables do smell when you cook them. When you cook Christmas dinner, the old Brussels sprout smell. And when you fart, it stinks. That's what it stank like downstairs for 2 days. Don't know if it's gone this morning. Rotten vegetables stink. I went out last night with Max and he was home upstairs. He'd been home all day on his own. So there was no kids roaming about the ceiling or banging about, just him. And I went out on my own last night with my chihuahua, and it's always a nasty atmosphere at night. He'd gone out at lunchtime for a bit. He'd gone out. I hadn't gone out all day, out anywhere. I hadn't gone to any shops. I hadn't gone out anywhere. And it was just last night there was kids in the car park laughing. those skateboarders. There was a guy on the field, and he was like on his mobile, and he went Tonks. His dog was called Tonks, Tonks, Tonks. It was going Tonks, Tonks, and it was like running around near me, and I just ignored it. Young bloke calling his dog, here we go. Screaming chihuahua. Every time I'm talking, don't you find it weird? Every time I'm talking on a video, she comes out with her dog and it starts screeching. Yesterday it was on the balcony when I went into the bin store, and it was sounding like it was, it doesn't frighten me, don't get me wrong. It's annoying, it's a nuisance, it's being done on purpose, they're trying to get a reaction, and they did for a while. Now I just completely ignore them. They did get a reaction for a while. They're like babies, you know, babies need attention 24/7, I think they do as well. I just can't be doing with it. I haven't got time to be bothered with people like that. Just leave me the fuck alone. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to get me to go up to see my mother, and she is my mother. We've already had a car, like my father Derek's red Toyota Starlet, coming down the road. She isn't Derek. Derek is dead. Why are they trying to keep my father alive, and these theatrics? The Royal Mail postman looks like Derek. He does. Long curly grey hair, and he had his sunglasses on the other day, and he didn't look very happy. They've dressed the post lady up like a porn star. She does. She looks like she's got stockings, short shorts. She's over 60. Stockings, short shorts, postman's jacket. She looks like a Chinese girl in uniform. I don't know what's going on. It's not the real world. But Jennifer is my mother. I've been going up to see my mum. She's been treating me like my dad used to do. Like, she's not sworn at me. She's gone, get out. I've been shouted at. I've been verbally assaulted. And I've been yelled at. And I'm trying to protect my mental health, as I've said to a counsellor, and I said to those two ladies, she needs help. My mother needs help. She needs help. She needs help. She needs help. She needs social services help. But someone decided to get hold of the social services and send them round to me. I've got proof of my mother's behaviour, that she thinks that I'm pretending to be her. I've got her saying it about 10 times. And the effect it's having on my mental health, the way I'm being treated like my mother. And I said Derek is dead. She's not Derek. First of all, Derek was a man. Derek was 6'2", and he would have been 81 this year had he lived. He died when he was 75. I mean, really, I would say yes. Partly she's dressing like a man, her hair's receding like a man. Why she's doing that, I haven't got a clue. And she's been doing that since I came down in 2008, because my dad told me her behaviour was strange. Before I even came down to Chatham, he said her behaviour was strange. He said the postman was afraid of her. The postman. My mother had been banned out of the co-op. My mother, not me. And she'd been fired from a job as a cleaner. Fired, given the sack. I've never been a cleaner. Totally different to my mum. I don't force myself on people. I am the exact opposite of my mother. My mum would go right up into somebody's face, she'll go out and she'll talk to somebody. Me, I'm reserved. I stay indoors. I don't go out yapping or gossiping. If someone comes up to me, I speak to them and I'll be nice and I'll say hello, but I don't go out gossiping and telling everybody each other's business. Because that's when trouble starts, you see. They will start gossiping about you. They don't really know much about me. All they say is, oh, you're quiet, I don't hear your dog. So why are they starting trouble for? It's really something suspicious going on. And if they think that behaviour is going to get me to go up and see my mother, they're completely wrong. I'm a fucking adult for a start. I'm an adult. I'm over fucking 50 for fuck's sake. I was abused by my dad. Every time I went to my father's, I was abused by him. Why the fuck would I want to go up and would have wanted to see him anyway? Really? Are they that evil and disgusting that they would encourage abuse? Seriously? So she starts first thing in the morning, and then she'll start about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock and do it again. If that dog isn't left to bark by my bedroom. And they just go round in circles. These two women couldn't have thought that I was in a dire emergency, could I? Could they? Because I'm still here and the same thing's going on. It's not stopped, you know. I'm still being bullied. I still feel frustrated about living in a place where I don't like the people, and I'm being bullied in it. And it's not going to stop, is it, till someone actively helps me get out of here? Because I could be waiting years to get out otherwise. And I did tell them the urgency of it, because, you know, these people are getting aggressive towards me. Aggressive. And I don't want it to get to the point where I call 999 on them. That Charlie touched me and I should have called the police on him to get his hands off me. And next time anything like that happens, I bloody well will. I'm soft, I'm nice. It doesn't pay to be soft and nice. And why? Because they like to bully, they like to manipulate, they like to push you about and tell you what to do. And when you start to stand up for yourself, they don't like it. And they get like thugs. They go around in packs and they laugh and mock and they bully. But they're nobody on their own. So I just say that to myself in the head. When I'm being bullied by a pack of them, I just turn my back on them, walk slowly and see what they do. Right? Dog jumps on me, I get the police. They start harassing me, I call the police. It's simple. If I'm just walking down a path and then I get abused just walking down a path, that's wrong. I don't go around following people and making stupid noises and acting like a twat. Simple. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player. Unlock exclusive features and content from LBC and even join the conversation. Send a comment to LBC. Just say, ask Global Player to link my account.
Loves the job, absolutely loves the job, loves the NHS and is delighted to be in it, yeah.
Do you know, when you said that figure, I honestly thought you were going to say 12 times a year. When you started to... Yeah, and then you finished... That is an absolute zinger, 12 times a week, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Give my best to your daughter. I do remember our conversation. Well done, you must be very proud. A couple of texts and emails coming in. As Pradeep says, as a matter of interest, do we know what the figure for ambulance waiting was equivalent to 137 hours in the last year of the Conservative government? Yes, I think I said it. If I didn't, I do apologise. It's a 25% increase in a similar period under the Conservatives. Alpha in Halifax, why concentrate on London? It's not. We're putting questions to all of the major health areas. We spoke to an LAS, London Ambulance Service executive, but those figures are based nationally. And this comes in from Tom. My daughter's a paramedic in Wales, regularly spends 9 or 10 hours of a 12-hour shift sitting outside A&E waiting to offload patients. She needs her patients to do that, doesn't she? Coming up after the news.
Police have questioned a Labour MP on suspicion of rape and child sex offences. I'm Heather Cartwright, LBC's South West reporter with the latest on the allegations against Dan Norris.
Yes, you'll hear from Heather after the 8:47 LBC News headlines read by Thomas Watts.
Financial markets in the UK, France, Germany and across Asia have plummeted again this morning. The Transport Secretary's told Nick she's moving with renewed urgency to support British car manufacturers, and figures seen by LBC show ambulances have spent the equivalent of 137 years parked outside hospitals in England in 8 months. LBC weather, frost and fog clearing to leave a bright and sunny day, a high of 17 degrees.
LBC travel, I'm Joanne Webb. On the trains, there are severe delays on London Overground on the Windrush line between Clapham Junction and Surrey Quays. Delays of about 20 minutes on Avanti West Coast services at Watford Junction. And Great Northern can't stop southbound at Nebworth, and that's all down to a signal failure. On the Underground, the District line can't run between Turnham Green and Ealing Broadway, and then there are severe delays on the rest of the line. Also on the Underground, there are minor delays on the Bakerloo, the Central Metropolitan and Piccadilly lines. On the roads in Chelsea, Kings Road and Gunter Grove both closed. That's all down to an accident. That's causing delays. And the A41 at North Watford, very busy northbound, and that's all down to an accident.
LBC.
If you want to take a different road, there's never been a better time. The Cupra approved used event is here. Experience an irresistible impulse and real peace of mind, along with £750 towards your deposit at 11.4% APR representative. But only until the 30th of April. Cupra approved. Search Cupra used cars. With Solutions Personal.
Right, guys, I've just got a cup of tea and I've got my breakfast. I'm just carrying on. They're still playing these silly, childish games. They're not going to get anything out of me. I am a middle-aged woman. You don't put a middle-aged woman on the streets. Social services came out, they saw I had an empty fridge. They haven't exactly done anything yet. You don't put an elderly woman out on the street or a middle-aged woman out on the streets to go and look and hunt for food. I mean, that is bloody ridiculous. And you don't put a middle-aged woman on the game where I've been dragged about. It's ridiculous. They're getting away with it. It needs to stop. I want to go into safe accommodation where none of this can happen. They can't come in. Blokes can't come in. Maybe they need to sign a book if they're coming to visit me, and all this bullshit will stop. I mean, it's ridiculous. They've been getting away with it for years, since I left my ex-husband. And you know, if you delve in deeper to things, if the police did their job properly, which the police are involved in it, Freemasonry and all that, that bloke that came over to me lived next door to the Freemasons. It's all hush-hush. They keep it between themselves, and it's got to stop. You don't put a older woman on the streets out amongst the fucking lions to tear her apart just because she speaks the truth. See you later.